Of course it passed. What did you expect? Top banana. Right then, that is going to be it for this episode of MEC-TEC. Another job ticked off the list. The original MEC-TEC garage, empty, and I don't know how to feel, to be honest with you. The last time that we're going to be filming in this garage, which is really sad for me. So it appears we've got a challenge on our hands. Let's make MEC-TEC Garage 2.0 a reality. Welcome everybody to the new MEC-TEC 2.0 garage. It's been a long time coming and I haven't posted a video for some time, as you're probably aware, but it has been mega busy. We haven't stopped since we've been here. Over the last 6 weeks we have had a mammoth task on our hands. So I will explain more about that in due course, but I'm going to grab the camera now and I will take you around and show you exactly what is going on, what we've got and how we're going to do things, and obviously going into the future what we're going to change. So let me grab the camera and we'll have a look around. Right then, this is MEC-TEC Garage 2.0, or at least the beginnings of MEC-TEC Garage 2.0. I have not touched this garage since the day we moved in, which is about 6 weeks ago now. I haven't had time to get out here at all because there's been mega amounts of work going on inside the house. So this is the first opportunity I've had to actually get out here and do a little bit of filming for you guys, so you can see exactly what's going on and what we've got. So obviously this is a double garage, the same as the original MEC-TEC garage was, except for this one is, rather than being a double length, it's a double width. I know what you're thinking, well that's the same as what you had before. It is, but you'll see in a minute this one has got a lot more potential. So that's all I'm going to say for the moment. But yeah, it is an absolute tip in here. As I say, nothing has been touched at all. There is parts and pieces and bits and bobs everywhere. Not to mention, when we moved in, the previous owner also left some stuff in the garage as well, which wasn't particularly helpful, but still. So we've got some bits to clear out from there too. The number one issue at the moment is the lights don't work. So we've got one fluoro tube that does absolutely nothing, so I've got to sort out some LED lights or whatever for in here so we can make it a little bit brighter. Now I do plan to do a few modifications to the garage, one being obviously tidy it up, but also let me just step through so I can explain to you a bit more without falling over. What I am planning on doing is, the walls are all going to be clad. I'm going to put probably 2x2s on the wall with insulation in between all the way around, clad it in wood, and it will probably wood, yeah, because I can screw things to it as far as shelves and things like that go, and we can paint it all white so it's lovely and bright in here and it will look really good, and hopefully that will aid us when we're filming and stuff like that, and obviously also seeing what we're doing, which is always a bonus. Now if you look up in the roof, you can see that this roof is a very tall pitch, which I'm sure you know what I'm thinking. If I can modify this roof in some way, shape or form to make it so that it is a vaulted roof, I can then get a nice ramp in here, have double height car storage effectively, and also be able to work on a car on a ramp, which would be really nice. So that is another plan that I've got in my head. Obviously these are truss roofs at the moment, so they're not supposed to have these middle sections taken out. That is part of the structure. But if I can remake the roof so that it's stronger with the cross beams, and obviously then brace it further up so that it's further up so it gives me more height, so I can take these lower beams out, then that would be ideal. I've got to look into how I can do that, maybe speak to someone structural as to what I've got to do and how I can do it. Now at the back of the garage here, obviously this wall goes out onto the garden, and that is where the potential lies. The plan is this wall is going to be knocked through, so it will be a full opening, full width, so you can drive straight through the garage and out the other side. And now with the front, obviously as I did say, it was double doors. As you can see, it's two single double doors at the moment. I'm not sure whether to go with one big single electric door or to keep it as two single doors and have electric doors, but obviously a roller shutter type ones rather than an up and over one, because that will allow me the roof space to go up if I want to. So let me know your thoughts on that. Should I get one big door or should I keep it as two, purely for the reason that obviously if I've got cars stored in this side of the garage, I haven't necessarily got to show them off to the world when I open the garage up if I've got two doors. Or there's another sway on that, which is if I have one single door, maybe I can have some sort of a curtain going across the front here as well, which will also help with keeping the heat in, and it will also mean I can keep this side pulled shut when I don't want that side to be on show. So that's another option maybe. Your thoughts and comments in the comment section would be appreciated on that. Again, if anyone structural knows how I can make this roof into a vaulted roof, and obviously then we can plasterboard it and have some fancy LEDs up there for lighting and whatever else, then that would be also handy to know as well. So yeah, there is a lot of potential in this garage. It needs a big clear out, as I said, but it is a lot more sort of it's got a lot more potential than the old one. The old one was maxed out, it had already been extended by me. As you saw, the back half of it was wooden, which is what I plan to probably do here as well. So let's go through this door and I'll show you exactly what I mean, if I don't fall over everything. I literally can't walk through the garage at the moment without falling over junk. I wonder who put all that in there. So going into the garden, you can see, I'll spin you around, the potential. That is the back of the garage, and that is the back bit of the garden behind the garage, which goes all the way down to the fence just there, and that is approximately 3 car lengths long. I've done a quick working out, I haven't worked it out properly, but that is a quick working out, which means potentially if I made the garage the full length of the garden, I could have an 8-car garage, which would be absolutely epic. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but that was one of the ideas I've had. The other idea I've had is to maybe have a garage at this end of the garden with some sort of a carport in the middle, so I've got like an outdoor area I can park and work in as well, or just do a garage the whole way down. Remains to be seen what I'm going to do at the moment, but as you can see, the potential is there. And when we first looked at this house, I said to Mrs. MEC-TEC, if we buy this house, I want that strip of land behind the garage. That's one of the stipulations from me anyway. And she said, okay, you can have that. And obviously that was in the deal as such with me and Mrs. MEC-TEC. Now, going over the garden here, there is also more potential to have more parking over here too. I'll spin you around in a second, you'll see what I mean. This is the other side of the house, and this is potential for a nice big carport going right the way down. So that is what I'm thinking at the moment. Not in front of the conservatory. I'm going to go from here, from this edge on the wall, down and have like a polycarb roof or whatever with a carport there, and I can probably fit 2 to 3 cars down at this side of the building. This was all overgrown when we first moved in. Mrs. MEC-TEC and Lucy spent a bit of time out here and weeded it all and cleaned it all for me, and I am very appreciative of that. They have done a mega job. This fence will obviously be coming out and moving, so it's either going to be, I'm not decided yet, I'm either going to have 1 car length on the drive, if that makes sense, so that it's open to the front, which maybe means putting the fence about here in between the 2 windows, or having it further back there, which means I can get 2 cars on the drive side and maybe 1 behind the gate, or if I bring it forward, then I'll obviously have parking behind the gate as well, so it'll be more secure. Now you will notice that these 2 windows are odd. These are the only 2 windows that are odd on the house, and that is because one of the jobs that we've had done since we've been here is every single glass unit pretty much has been replaced with clear ones. They're the old ones, and the only reason we left that one is because they hadn't blown, and that's the living room, and inside the living room going into the conservatory there are a pair of double doors which have lead in them. So just for looking the same from the inside anyway, we left that window with lead in because the units hadn't blown on that particular window, and it was one of the only windows that hadn't blown. All the other ones had blown to smithereens. I'll try and put a picture on the screen of that now so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can see this one's all full of boxes at the moment because we still haven't unpacked everything. It's been a bit of a nightmare with decorating and everything else, but we are getting there. These conifers are probably going to come out because that then allows us more access from the front to swing a car around into here. So that and obviously then that will give us a little bit more light out the front, and it means there'll be less foliage and spiders and all the rest of it falling on our cars, which is really, really good, because at the moment obviously you can see the depth of that tree. It's like half a car width, so you can't get a car around the side here at the moment with those trees there. So that is another reason why we are thinking we're going to take those conifers down so that they are gone and out the way and all that sort of thing. Now you would have known, I don't know if you would have seen walking across the garden, but there's a massive pile of wood out here, i.e. that lot. Now that is the remains, unfortunately, of an oak tree that was here, and it was very close to the house. It was about 55 to 60 feet tall, and it was raining the conservatory with acorns and wood and bits of tree and everything else, and then causing havoc. So unfortunately, as much as we didn't want to, because we really liked the tree, we had to get it cut down. So that is why there was a massive pile of wood there at the moment. We have got a log burner in the house, so obviously that will come in handy for a little bit of free fuel when we're freezing cold during the winter time. So yeah, that is the plans that I can think of at the moment. I think I've gone through everything that I want to possibly do. As I say, the first thing really is to get the garage straight and to obviously get those lights working. That is going to be the first order of business. The other thing I do desperately need to do is I haven't got a shed at the moment, and that is going to go in that corner over there, and I'm going to get a shed over there so I can store all the bikes and all the stuff, parts and whatever that I don't use very often. I can go in there, out of the way of the garage, get the garage a lot clearer. Obviously I haven't got that at the moment, so for the time being I'm going to have to sort it out all in the garage and try and tidy it up as much as I can, so I can at least get some cars in there, because at the moment I can't do any work. So that is obviously a bit of an issue when you want to use your garage for doing car work and do some videos for you guys, and you can't get into it at all. It's a bit of a problem, but there we go. So that is the MEC-TEC 2.0 garage, or garage 2.0, whichever you want to call it. A hell of a lot of potential, but also a hell of a lot of work. So we do need to crack on and get something done in here, because it is getting to me now that I can't come out here and do a little bit of work here and there. Right, it is a couple of days later and I need to start getting this garage cleared. Now I wanted to do the lights first of all, but obviously because of the amount of stuff that's in here I can't get anywhere to sort the lights out. So the first thing we're going to do is actually clear this area here. Underneath some of my bits is a big pile of logs for the log burner, which have been drying in here I think for quite a while. So what I'm going to do, I've actually got all the logs in the garden now stacked up. I'm going to stack these ones on top so we can use those ones first, because obviously they're the oldest, and we'll put a tarp over them so they don't get wet. So obviously they're still okay for using in the log burner. So that is the plan. This area is purely logs under here, so I want to get this cleared out and go from there, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more room to move stuff around and get things sorted out. So let's get that done and I'll come back to that in a second. Right, as you can see, that is my freshly stacked log pile, and all the stuff in front of you down here, and that trolley that I've just pushed over is all the stuff from the garage. So I'm going to get all that put on top of the pile, get it covered up so it doesn't get wet and it can carry on drying out, and then we can actually crack on with the garage. Right, that'll do for now. Let's crack on with the garage. Right, with the wood now clear, which was in that corner over there, I've now got a bit of space over there. Now the plan is today, in this video, if we can get this half of the garage clear, you will notice that the old super van is missing in action. Now my good mate Dan has been storing it for me at his garage, but there's a possibility he may be filling the gap it's in with something else. You'll see more about that in a future video, hopefully, if we buy it. But yeah, so I need to get this half of the garage at least clear so I can get the old super van back in here. So that is the plan for today. If I can get this half clear and the lights up, I've only got 2 lights at the moment. I did have 6, but I've actually used some of them in the loft, which I'll also show you possibly later in this video from all the jobs I've done. Then I needed light up there because we've had the Megaflow heating tank moved, so that's another story completely. But yeah, so I've got 2 LED lights at the moment which I can hook up, which will at least give me some light out here. We'll see how they perform. If they're really good as far as the size of space to the amount of lights I've got, then I'll get some more of them. So that is the plan. Now I've got me Mark II Fiesta wings on the table and on the tyres there. Now I'm going to have to put a few things in the roof for the time being, because obviously I haven't got any sort of shed or summer house or anything like that up yet, and I need obviously the space in the garage. So there are things that are going to have to go up in the roof for now, which obviously if I modify the roof in due course we'll have to come back down again, but that's just how it is at the moment. So we're working with what we got. We're going to get it as clear as we can so we can actually get some cars back in the garage and working again. So I'm going to get a few of these more sort of delicate panels moved into the roof so they're not going to get damaged, and then we can carry on from there. Is that what I think it is? Yep, it's the floor. Yes. Right, we have got all the tyres stacked up in that corner, 3 sets of wheels, Mark II Fiesta Puma and C1 originals. They're all obviously all over there. Table and a few bits of wood I wanted to keep against the wall out the way so they're not going to fall on anything. As I just said, you can see the floor now, which is an absolute bonus. All the wood's outside. That was all left here by the previous owner. Now it's not necessarily a bad thing because it is decking boards and things like that that we may need. So the previous owner does ever watch this, thank you very much for leaving those decking boards, because we have got a few rotten ones. There's also a workmate there which wasn't mine, so I've gained a workmate, which is good because I needed one because my one had gone rotten, so that's great. I'm not sure where I'm going next. Eventually this toolbox is going to gradually move along as we clear it, and it's going to end up there so I can get to it easy from the side door. But at the moment obviously it's where it is because that's the space I had. So things are going to keep moving around and keep moving around. Obviously I'm going to try and sweep up as we go. I've got one massive long decking board under here which is too long to get out without opening this door up, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll sort that out. That shouldn't be too much of an issue at the moment anyway. So I'm just going to keep sort of moving stuff around and trying to get things a bit clearer. As I say, if I can just get one half clear for now, just so I can get the van in here, that'd be absolutely brilliant. And the van's not mega long, so I might have a little bit of space at the back here to put stuff as well if I need to. But I've got the Puma engine, original Puma engine there. There's some stuff underneath there that wasn't mine, that is now obviously because I've taken it over as such. There's a couple of bits of OSB leaning against the wall which weren't mine, but I'll probably leave those in here for now because they may come in handy for something. I may even put them in the roof for now, just so I can put stuff on top of them. Only danger with that is I end up cluttering the roof up, so I'm trying not to do that. But yeah, got a load of boxes here which were left here, various bits and bobs. Dan's, my old mate Dan's old subwoofer, which he gave me ages ago. I still haven't put it in a car yet, but it is, he made that. It's a box with a sub in the side, or in the back I should say. Can't really show you. Hang on, let me see if I can lift it up. There you go. Where's the sub? There it is. The amp, rather. There's the amp. He built all that. Looks really, really nice and neat. That does. Done a really good job of that. I'm not sure what car it's going to go in yet, but it's going to be in something. So yeah, I'm waffling, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. But when I know, you'll know too. Right, little progress update for you. As you can see, the Puma engine is now lurking at the back with the gearbox. Move the toolbox forward again. And we've got even more floor showing. Look at that. Oh yes. Put a few more things up in the roof, not too much. Pasting table, Cavalier parcel shelf. That's about it at the moment actually. The Fiesta bonnet was already up there. I put it up there to start with because that was just getting in the way. So yeah, big pile of rubbish there to sweep up and put in a bin bag. So this half is obviously still looking a complete tip. This half is looking really rather good. So I've only been out here probably hour and a half, I suppose, something like that. So I'm doing all right. I think we're going to have enough room to get a 3-wheel van in here, so that's really good. But obviously I need to sort this side out now, because I can't have one side looking absolutely immaculate and the other side looking like a complete tip. So I'm not going to get it totally clear, obviously, but I'll get it a lot better than this. So let's crack on. Right, I've been beavering away at this and got a few more things up in the roof. Not too much. All the big chunky stuff like ramps and things I don't use very often. And I've started sorting out this wall over here, and you can see it's a lot tidier than what it was, and you can see a little bit of floor too. So that is absolutely mega. Yeah, I'm just sort of trying to find things for places for things and all that, this, that and the other. So I'm just sort of plodding along, getting there slowly but surely. We might even be able to get 2 cars in here, you never know. Might be able to get the Lotus and the van in here, which would be nice. So yeah, I'm going to just carry on. I'm not going to obviously time lapse it, because you'll get very bored watching me walking around in circles, putting things in various places. So I'm just going to keep cracking on, and hopefully we'll have a bit more of a clear garage very, very soon. And we can, if I move a few things there, pretty much get up to put some lights up as well. So I'll put the old Ford sign up there for now out the way, because I don't know where I want to put that yet. So rather than get damaged, I'll put it up there out the way. There's a top of a C1 dashboard and a couple of rear quarter panel trims there, which you'll find out what they're for in due course. So yeah, it's going all right. Let's carry on. There we go. That is how we do that. I think that looks a damn sight better than what it did before. Now, it's by no means perfect, and there's still a ton of stuff. I actually was going to put the van this side, but I changed my mind, so it's now a bit of a sort of storage area over there at the moment. The van's going to go in this nice big space this side, and it should be absolutely marvellous. So that's going to be probably the first car that's going to be in the new MEC-TEC Garage 2.0. I am well chuffed. We are going to go and collect it now from Dan's house. So the story continues. Let's crack on. Hello everybody, you join us, me and Dan that is, on a mini adventure, as they say on the advert, but not a BMW Mini, a proper Mini. Dan spied out a little bargain hopefully on Facebook Marketplace, and we have just picked up the trailer. We're in the old Puma and we're off to go and see it, and hopefully if it's any good we'll buy it. That's the plan. So we're going to obviously, well, I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing with this trailer, because it's quite large. And when we get there we'll have a little walk around it and film it and show you obviously exactly what it is and what we got, and with any luck we'll be loading it on the trailer and bringing it home. So watch this space. Right, we are 0.3 of a mile away. I thought I'd film this little bit here. The sun's right in my eyes. Yeah, mine. Thought I'd film this little bit here just so you can see sort of our reaction as we put up to the car. We'll know whether we're going to buy it or not then. Or rather Dan's going to buy it, I should say.
Right, it's the next left.
Okay. This does mean though, everyone, that if Dan gets this Mini, I'm going to want one. Because I've had 2 Minis in the past, and they are absolutely brilliant fun. And when Dan said he wanted a Mini, I was like, yeah, I can have another Mini.
There it is.
Ah, there it is. That don't look too bad, to be fair.
Not too bad, is it? From there.
I don't. Looks like he's cleaned it. Dan's filming it on his camera a little bit as we pulled up, so. Right, we're going to go and have a look around and we'll come back to you in a minute. Right, we are here. Got the Puma in tow, as you can see, with the trailer on the back, and here is the little Mini. We've been looking around it for the last probably 20 minutes, half hour, and Dan has bought it, so that is absolutely mega. Now this is a special edition Mini sidewalk. It is 1 of 1,000, I believe. I'm going to check that and make sure. If it's wrong I'll put it on the screen. If it's right, obviously then it's 1 of 1,000. The white roof is not original, but everything else on it is. It has been painted, but it's got an etched registration on all the glass except for the driver's window, which I think maybe had a bit smashed at the time. Even the rear lights are etched with the registration number, so that is really, really cool. It is starting to get a little bit dark here. I'll just give you a quick walk around of it. It does need some work. It is a bit of a project. It needs a couple of bits of welding on seals and things like that, as you would expect for most Minis of this age, especially a Rover. But as you can see from inside, the sidewalk gets this really nice interior, really unusual and comfy. Got a nice little cool, I don't know, it's a mounty steering wheel. Not sure. It's got a British Leyland badge in the middle of it. It looks like a Mountie steering wheel. It needs some indicator stalks and wiper stalks. They've gone. Most of the dash is all sort of complete and looking nice. Same in the back. All the red seat belts and nice original seats. It's really, really cool. Doors shut nice. It's got the old moon dish wheels on it at the moment. Chrome bumpers, chrome grille, all that sort of thing. Need to do a little bit of work on the wipers because that wiper arm unfortunately has snapped and the washers are missing. It's done 87,000 miles, I think it is. Let's just have a look. Can't really see it very well on camera, but that is 87,000. Can't get a better shot than that. Hang on, let's go over here. Yeah, there you go, 87,788. And it's been off the road since 2019, so it's been off the road about 5 years. As I say, it does need some work. It's not perfect, but it is a little project for Dan to do. And this is the reason why that he needs the space back in his garage and my van's got to come home. If you've seen my video on MEC-TEC Garage 2.0, you would have noticed in that video that I said that I needed to get the garage clear to bring my super van back home because they needed the space in his garage, and this is the reason why. So Dan's just sorting out the paperwork, and as soon as we've done that, we'll get it loaded on the trailer and hopefully whisk it home. Right, this should be one of the easier cars to load, hopefully, because it does run, but the battery's flat, so we've got to get a jump pack. So just get this, let's get this jump packed, and as soon as we connect that in the boot, then we'll get it on the back of the trailer over there. The Puma is ready and waiting. Should be able to pull this alright, I would have thought, as it pulled the little 107, which you haven't seen a video on yet. You might have seen it by now, actually, that video. Possibly you may have seen that video by now. I'm not sure what order of videos are going out at the moment. He's had it run, we had it running a minute ago, so we know it runs and drives. Just got to get the connection good on the jump pack. There we go. Oop. Let the alternator kick in. Try and guide him on the trailer if I can. Hopefully a bit of get on there alright. Straight, sit, straight up. There we go, we loaded. The exhaust got caught on the middle of the trailer. It ground to a halt. You wondered what was going on then, Dan, didn't you?
Yeah. Thought I hit something.
Yeah, so there we go. That is the little mini.
The exhaust?
Yeah, the middle of the exhaust. Same as the Lotus, it caught on the middle of the trailer because it hangs down, doesn't it?
Right.
So that's alright.
No, I'm done.
No, I'm done. The exhaust had a little bit of a blow anyway, so we haven't done anything worse to it. So, right, we're going to get all this strapped down and we'll come back to you when we're in the car. We're all strapped down en route and the Mini is on the back of the trailer. I am well chuffed for Dan. I think Dan's pretty chuffed too. He's filming it for me. Yeah, good price for that, I reckon, wouldn't it? We won't say how much. Obviously, you never want to know, but it is.
Yeah, I think that was a good deal.
It's got some.
Quite happy with that.
Got some mega potential, that little car.
Definitely,
yeah. It needs some help, as I say. Obviously, you'll see in due course. It needs a bit of welding on the floor, probably a new pair of seals. But I mean, what Rover Mini of that age? It's an NMEG 1996. There's not many Rover Minis of that age that don't need a bit of welding unless you're paying mega bucks. So yeah, I think that was a good deal. So we're going to head back. We're in Cambridge at the moment. We're going to head back to are you in Essex? You are in Essex, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're going to head back to Essex and drop this off at Dan's house, and then probably pick up the old super van at the same time. As we've got the trailer, we might as well do it. So there we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, we're back at base. The little Mini is safe and sound in Dan's garage next to my three-wheeled van at the moment, which is currently going to be going, in a minute, going to be going on the trailer. Dan's three-wheeled van is there. So he's going to have his three-wheel van and a Mini in the garage. Absolutely mega. And he's just taking a few bits and bobs out of the boot. He's going to put the battery on charge. Because it is completely flat. So whether it revives it or not, we don't know, but it's worth trying. So yeah.
Oh, he unplugged the battery, didn't he, when we left? That's why it's completely dead now.
Oh, what?
He put
Because
the terminal off, didn't he?
yeah. Why would that make it completely dead?
Because it's not connected, is it? I'm saying there's the turn of the key.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, yeah, because I got you here.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
So there's probably something in it, but
Probably
yeah, we'll charge it up overnight and see what happens.
See what happens with it. Yeah, but needless to say, it is mega brilliant. So really, really good. Let's have a little look around it in the light. We spent a long while looking around it anyway, but it's got like funny marks on. You can see in the roof there. It looks like it's had a cut. Well, it has had a cover over it. And the moisture's got to it slightly. But I said to Dan, run my machine polisher over that. That'll come up lovely again. So I reckon it'll be really good. It's not going to be absolutely perfect, but we're not looking for absolutely perfect. We're just looking for, or rather Dan's just looking for, a nice driver quality car that you can use and enjoy.
Well, I'm not going to be too scared to take out in the rain as well.
yeah, that is the thing.
It's 2 mint, I'm not going to use it.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing with having mint cars. You don't want to use them when it's rubbish weather, and obviously that's one of the reasons why I'm not too precious on the paintwork on the Puma anymore, because otherwise I'd never want to use it. So although my paintwork on it is okay, it's not perfect as you would have seen in previous videos, but it's good enough to be a nice drivable car. So that's the main thing. Looks like the three-wheel van's going to be coming home, and then I need to get cracking on with that, because that has been in filler far too long and needs to be painted. So right, we're going to finish off faffing around with this and get the van loaded on. Right, there we go. Mini and van back in the garage where they need to be, and Dan's gonna fiddle around with that Mini to his heart's content now, I reckon. And that is absolutely superb. It's a great little match with those two cars. We've got matching headlights even. So that is going to be it for tonight. We've got my three-wheeled van, as you can see, loaded on the trailer. So now we're going to jump back in a Puma, back to mine, and get this in the garage. And it's going to be the first car in MEC-TEC Garage 2.0. Lovely jubbly. Right, we didn't do much filming while we was driving, but we've officially made it to Mackey's, and we're in the car park. We're just going to have a bit of grub and then carry on to our house, get the old van unloaded, and it will be the first, as I said before, first car in the new MEC-TEC 2.0 garage. That's cool, isn't it?
It will be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, lovely jubbly. Right, we're going to have some food. Right, I've got to speak quietly because it is about 11:30 at night now. The super van has landed. It is in MEC-TEC Garage 2.0. There we go, and as you can see, we are working by torchlight, so I'm not going to say any more tonight. I'll come back to you in the morning. Rightio, it is the next day and it makes me smile that I now walk in the garage and see my little super van sitting there. But there is still one big problem, no lights. So that is going to be the next thing we're going to sort out so I can actually see what we're doing in here. So I'm going to get a multimeter, make sure I'm not going to get shocked within an inch of my life, and then we can get these LED strip lights. Got these here. I've only got 2 at the moment. I did have 6, but I put 4 of them in the loft, as I said earlier in the video. So I've just got those 2 for now. I'm going to get those fitted on the ceiling. They link together either with these cables, or they've got little connectors that go directly into the ends. So they're really, really good. Really easy to fit. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of measuring up there, make sure the power's off, swap that light out, and hopefully we'll have a couple of reasonable lights in here for the time being. And obviously if they give out enough light or a lot of light with just 2, I'll get a load more of them and we'll just hook them up and we can just plug them into each other, and it should be really, really simple to do. So let's have a little look at this and I'll come back to you when I know what I'm doing. Right, I've got this wire wired into the socket up there, and it's just got a plug on the end of it for these LEDs. So in theory, assuming this is all working, I haven't tested it yet, this should work. So I'll plug that in. If we flick our switch, oh yeah, we've got light. So I'm going to get the 2 little brackets put up on the ceiling for that. We can link the other one in with one of these little link wires, which has got a plug on both ends. Really, really easy to do that. And then we can have 2 lights in here for now. At least it's something until I order some more. And the lights in MEC-TEC Garage 2.0 are back on. Lovely jubbly. And there we go, just like that, we have got lights. Lovely. Now these are only temporary, as I said. The wires do need a little bit of tidying up, but at least we have got some light in there to see what we're doing, especially when it's night time and I want to come out here and find something, which is an absolute nightmare. So that is absolutely 100% top banana, and I am well chuffed with that. That is my goal for this video, to get the van in here and it's semi-tidy, well not tidy, but organised-ish. No, not really organised either. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The van in here cleared up and lights up. So that is absolutely mega. At least we can build from this now and make the new garage as best it possibly can be. It's going to take a little while, but there we go. That is absolutely superb. Right, there we go. MEC-TEC Garage 2.0 is now technically up and running. I'm not going to say it's anywhere near close to being perfect or finished, but at least I can walk in here without falling over everything, and the old van is back home from Dan's house, as you would have seen. Now, earlier in the video I did say we've had a mammoth task on our hands with the house, which is why I haven't posted a video for a while. I'll just quickly run through over the last 6 weeks what we have done. Firstly, the day we moved in, the new owner, or the old owner rather, told us that the hob didn't work in the kitchen. That turned out to be not only the hob, but the oven and the extractor fan as well. So I'll put a picture on the screen now of what was there, and then I'll put another picture on the screen now of what is there now that I've replaced. I had to cut the worktops in situ and obviously refit all that and all that sort of malarkey. Also in the first week, Mrs. MEC-TEC got an unexpected shower. The kitchen tap literally exploded from the sink and hit the ceiling, and she ended up having a very cold shower. So we had to change the tap on the kitchen sink, also to change all the gubbins underneath the sink, all the pipe work, U-bends and all that sort of thing, because that was all not draining away and leaking. Going on from there, we have had, as I said earlier in the video, 31 glass units replaced in all the double glazing, because they'd all blown and they weren't double glazing anymore, and they'd all frosted up and everything else. So they have all been done. As you saw in the garden, we had the massive oak tree unfortunately cut down. We didn't really want to, but it was one of those things we had to do. So that's been done. I've also decorated all 4 bedrooms in preparation for new carpet. That means 3 coats of white paint on all the ceilings, 2 coats of paint on the walls on various colours, and 2 coats of paint after rubbing down on all the gloss work, which took absolutely forever, as you can probably imagine, and I've still got a little bit left to finish. We've had 2 rooms carpeted so far, twice in fact, because we wasn't happy with the first carpet, so we had it changed for a different one. and they're coming back on Tuesday to do the other 2 rooms. So I've got a little bit more gloss work to do before they come back for that. So that is still ongoing. Once that's done and the carpets are in the bedrooms, or the last 2 bedrooms I should say, we can get all the bedrooms straight, and then I'm moving on to doing the landing, which is obviously outside of all the bedrooms. We want the carpet to match, so we've got new carpet coming for the landing and the stairs. I need to decorate the landing and the hallway before that happens. So that is another job that is imminent and has got to be done ASAP. So it is going to be carrying on being mega busy for a while. Now obviously I haven't filmed me painting because that is quite boring. Obviously you won't want to watch me drowsing in painting, but if there are already things that you want to see me do, or you want to see jobs around the house that I'm painting that are a bit more interesting, please feel free to put it in the comment section down below. If you want to see house stuff as well as car stuff, I can obviously try and film some of it as well. I'm hopefully going to be getting a shed for the other corner of the garden. I'll probably film that going up because it is going to be sort of part storage from in here, and also maybe a little workbench in there with some of the tools that I lesser use, like the press and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that is going to be going up at some point in time as well. What else have we done? I'm just trying to think. Oh, downstairs toilet tap, sink tap leaked. We had to replace that. Downstairs toilet leaked. We had to sort that out. Upstairs bathroom sink was dripping all the time, same as the downstairs one was, and also the bath tap was dripping all the time as well, so they have both had to be replaced as well. Bath had to come right out because the taps are right in the middle of the bath and you can't get to them from either side. So that was another job. I'm just trying to think now what else. Oh, the sink in the downstairs cloakroom toilet, along with having a new tap, had to be moved up because it was built for a 4-year-old and it was far too low to the ground. So that is another job we had to do as well. We've ripped all the carpet, well, I've ripped all the carpets out, obviously in preparation for the new ones. Mega cleaning everywhere, all that sort of thing, all the normal stuff you do when you move into a house. But we have, oh, that's the other big thing, the heating system. We had no water pressure anywhere, and it turns out that the heating system was literally on its last legs. I'll put a picture on the screen now of the hot water megaflow cylinder. When they took it out, his finger literally went through the side of it in a big rust hole, so it was on the verge of blowing, and that would have obviously flooded the house, which isn't ideal. So we've had all that replaced, and that's gone from being in the cupboard in my youngest daughter's room to in the loft. Had to reboard the loft as well. The loft wasn't boarded at all, so I've boarded half the loft out so far so they could get up there and put the megaflow tank up in the loft. So that is out of the way now, and my youngest daughter Zoe has gained a cupboard for her hanging space and rail and whatever else. So that is really, really good. So that is a brief overview of what we've been doing in the house. As I said, it's been unbelievably busy. Obviously I'm having to fit work in between that as well, and taking the kids and picking them up from school too. That is on my duties to do now we're down here. So there we go. It is all happening, all coming together and all at once, and I'm absolutely knackered. But there we go. So that is what we've been doing, where we've been at. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you liked the intro. It took me a fair while. That's another thing I have to say. Massive thank you to my mate Ryan. He came over with his drone and we did those drone shots that you saw at the beginning of the video in the Puma, and that was a real nice transition intro into what is now MEC-TEC Garage 2.0. So massive thank you to you, Ryan, for coming over. That was a good day. We had a bit of a laugh, and we actually managed to find a closed road, which was handy. So we could drive up and down this closed road to our heart's content and get all the shots we wanted. So it's really good. We did it on other roads as well, but we found that one too, so that was really good. So the videos are going to be, I want to say sporadic. I'm going to try and keep them constant as I did, sort of every week, but I'm not going to guarantee it at the moment because obviously, as I say, there's still loads going on in the house, and I don't want to sort of promise a video every week and it not happen. But I will do my absolute very best to try and get a video out for you each week if I can, and obviously if I can't, then I'll put a message on Instagram or on the YouTube posts to say what's going on, just so you know what's happening and where I'm at. I am waffling now, but hopefully we'll get back into some car work very, very soon. I want to try and get this van done and painted and on the road, hopefully, because once it's painted and I put it together, all I've got to do is insure it, because it's a tax MOT exempt, so, and it's all rebuilt, so we know it's all safe, so it should be really, really good. I do appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate you obviously putting up with the difference in time that I've had from moving house to now. It has been a bit of a slog, but I hopefully we'll get back on the bandwagon with regular videos very, very soon. And all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do those 4 things for me: like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. Tell your friends about the channel if you want to. If they like cars and mechanical stuff and shed builds and all the rest of it, then make sure you share it around. Let's try and get the channel growing even more. I'm over 3,000 subscribers now, so that's absolutely mega. Obviously, if we can keep going, that would be even better. Thank you guys again, and all this let me say thank you for watching. If you want to join me soon for more automotive adventures, house adventures, all that sort of thing, then make sure you tune in again next time. Cheers guys.